Hi friends! So this is part 2 of the Doughnut Keeper 2000 build. It's a very simple DIY app-controlled kitchen cupboard lock that will finally secure our donuts from the donut thief. Don't tell my wife, but I'm the donut thief. Only my wife's phone and iPad has the app, so only she can unlock the cupboard. Also, as an extra deterrent, every time the door is opened, it fires off a quick email to my wife, so there's no cheating on this thing. Part 1 showed all the details of the arduino-like Wemos D1 Mini and the program I wrote for it, and also the basic electronics getting put together. I also show off the lock working with the servo. There should be a card up on screen that will take you to see part 1 if you'd like to see that stuff in more detail. This episode is me just finishing off the project with a couple of updates to the PLA 3D printed parts, and chatting away about life in general and a few upcoming projects. Also, I seem to have clipped my beard without my glasses on again.
It worked!
And I have weird beard marks. I'm afraid my makeup artist was off sick this day.
Lock. Oh, awesome. Open.
My next video should be a nice short one, and I'm going to try something new. I bought myself a little hand graver, it's called. It's for engraving. I've been wanting to do engraving for a long time, and on eBay I found an engraver and she sells gravers, hand gravers, not machine ones, so you kind of push them around, complete with a sort of chisel, and it's all sharpened and everything. Engraving is like many highly skilled things. You need quite a bit of kit. Gravers, for example, and they're very dependent on the angles that they're all sharpened at, and until you know what you're doing, I thought it was a good idea to maybe buy one off this lady. She was very nice. She gave me a recommendation for a book to buy, and I have done. But I'm going to cast Perry's, you know, the strike tool, the little serrated thing. And if it works, I'm going to do it in bronze, and because it would be awesome to have the fanciest strike tool. And what I'm going to do is hopefully make one side really flat and perhaps do some engraving on that surface as a little test. So that'll be fun, because this video has taken me 2 weeks to shoot and edit. It's just ridiculous. And I don't mind, but I think it would be nice if I could do a video once a week rather than once every 2 weeks. The more involved I get with the editing and stuff like that, the harder it is to produce a video regularly and sort of on time, and it to be good. You know, I don't want to, as I've got more into this YouTube lark, I want them to be more than just, here I do this, watch me do this. So yeah, that'll be my next video. I'm looking forward to it already. I have actually been following a guy, I think his channel's called Sean Hughes Engraving, for quite a while, and he's got quite a few, he's British, quite a few videos. One of the very interesting ones is how he can make an air graver, which is a kind of a machine operated, air powered mechanical engraving tool. So you just hold it and it goes, and each time the little tip does this. And that seems like a really good thing. So I've bought the pump he used. It requires a tyre inflator pump that runs off your car cigarette lighter for when you get a flat and you want to electrically pump up your tyre. So it uses one of those. So I bought one of those already, but for Perry's striker tool, I'll put a link in the description for Perry's video where he gives away the striker tool STL file. But yeah, that should be a fun video. Go check out Perry, he's brilliant, he's such a nice bloke. He deserves S-ton more subscribers than he's got. So please check him out. You're probably subscribed to him already if you're one of my regular viewers. But if you're not, check out the link down below and go subscribe, you'll like it. He does casting stuff, mainly casting stuff, but he's just such a nice bloke. It's really fun to watch. Right, let's try this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to basically permanently fix this in, I think. I might print a little cover plate that uses these spare holes here so that I can still jostle it this way and that way and tighten it with the new plate. That's what I'll do. It was hilarious making the cheesy poofs thing. So it was really lucky. When I wanted to pretend that the cupboard was full of cheesy poofs and Toblerones, I had no way of doing that, and I actually asked Nikki to go and buy a load of cheesy poofs. Well, I'm pleased we didn't, because that's like, I don't know, crack to a crack addict. I love them. So I'm on a thing called Freegal, and I don't know if it's worldwide, but it probably is if you Google Freegal. Basically, local people, if they don't want something anymore and they don't want to send it to landfill, and it still works, they put the item on Freegal, and you can go, oh, can I have it please? Thank you very much. And you go around to their house and pick up the item for free. And I got a laser printer, a colour laser printer. Brilliant thing. I got it the day that I wanted to shoot the bit about the cheesy poofs in the cupboard, and I wasn't expecting much, but God, it was brilliant. I've been stuck on inkjet for the last 20 years. Colour laser printers are amazing. Anyway, Freegal, try it out. It's brilliant. You get some surprisingly good stuff, and it saves landfill, and it saves you having to buy another thing, and you know, save the planet, recycle, all that stuff. One final update. I've just changed the back plate. I've made some changes, and I'm quickly going to just swap these round because I think they were good changes. So rather than before, I had to, I was going to have to super glue, get this in the right position, then super glue it in, which meant that the only way I could take everything off to do changes was to undo these wood screws, and I want to leave those in there ideally. So the only changes are these two holes here in the middle, and then now I'm incorporating the optical switch holder onto the main servo holder. It's sort of sturdy and it's roughly in the right position. What I've done is I've split these two bodies in a different way, so now they join together like that. And let's just assume for a second that this is the new plate with the two holes. That will go in like that. These two bits, these two are joined together with these 4 bolts. As you can see now, this is in a decent position here. The board will be glued there again, just like last time. What's prompted this change was I wanted to get this nice and secure, and I was going to have to super glue it. And I was thinking, well, if Nikki comes in and she's got sort of, this is going to be her like baking cupboard mainly, and if she's got a big bag of flour and sort of pulls it in and out and it knocks this off, it'll be a real pain. So I was thinking also about these wires. They were a little bit sort of exposed. So like the front of the cupboard with the kind of strap I've made to make it permanent, I've made another strap that will go to these two little new holes, but I've also added a little side plate that will protect the wires a little. So that'll protect the board there. So these two bolt holes will line up with the two holes in the new back plate. And then it will give me a new platform, secure platform for the optical sensor. And then I can muck about with the cupboard door, lining up the blade for the optical sensor, and then it's all done. Now, obviously, I've not tested this. This is just sort of. This is why you keep having to do updates, and why 3D printing is so good, because you can sort of have an idea until you put it in position. You don't really know. There's only certain things you can kind of predict, like you know roughly where the edge of the cupboard is, but you don't really know where the start of the door is, or if the door comes in an extra millimetre, until you sort of do it, and then you can quickly print an update, you know. But I just set these parts. This is the full cupboard side, and I printed it in 5 hours last night. Right, so that is secure. I don't want to over tighten these because it's into wood. It's kind of veneered chipboard. The servo goes in like that. Now you'll notice there's a change. This piece wasn't on the last one, and now if I want to get that out, it's quite hard. But it was hard on the last one when I could access the side. So I've put a little hole in there that you can put a screwdriver down to kind of tease this out. And then that piece fits straight over there. And that is the new shape. So what I'm going to do is put these 4 bolts in, and then the strap. Alright, so that fits in there. And it just so happens that it seems to be in the right position when it's hard up against the frame here. There we go. So I need to get the hot glue gun out. So in order to make this tight, when making this, using this shape on the computer, I've reduced the height of these legs by 0.5 millimeter. So that's what's going to, potentially, if I tighten these loads, this would kind of crush that in, and that's kind of what you want. So I'm hoping this will fit nicely. Oh, you see now, look, I hadn't anticipated that gap there. It's touching there, but I could, might not be a problem, we'll see. If it is, I'll just get a knife and chop the corner off there. Okay, I've just taken the corner off. Oh, loads of room. Okay, let's tighten that up. There we go. Woo! It's on the app, it's obviously closed at the moment. I'll tidy these wires up with some cable ties. So these wires go to the status LEDs to tell you from a distance whether the lock is open or shut. And at night it's really cool. I'll see if I can get some footage tonight. At the moment I've got it just underneath here, and it shines down onto the worktop and you get a lovely red or blue glow. But we've got nice white walls. I'm wondering if I should have it against the far wall instead, and it'd just be more noticeable in the day. In the day, because they're very small LEDs on purpose, I didn't want to kind of, it's not meant to be some sort of Russian disco. I don't know, that's why I've left it long, because I don't know where the final position for the LEDs are yet. But they'll be happy there. Right, let's just check everything works. Get my giant iPad app. Don't know if you can see this. I don't want to reflect the light. I've also added so this slider up here was when I was kind of debugging, and I didn't know whether I needed sort of 180 or, so you notice it goes all the way in. So at 0 it's at the top, the arm. At 90ish it's sticking out, which is what we want. That's locked, but you can keep going. So this was just a debugging tool to find out what angle I actually wanted it. And 90 is basically the answer. So shut, open, shut, open. Hooray! Right, let's see how it is with the lock closing. Hopefully you can see that. So this is in permanently. That's not moving for anyone. This is in permanently. Let's do it. Yeah, see, I can't open that. That's properly locked. I mean, if I gave it my full force, I could probably snap something. Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. A couple of weeks ago when I was first starting this project, when I was just investigating the whole Blynk, the Blynk thing, architecture, I don't know what you'd call it, milieu, is that a thing? No, that's too big and encompassing. Anyway, I took my mobile on a run, my usual 10k run, and halfway round I was opening and shutting the lock as a test, and Nikki had it in her office upstairs, and it was just opening and shutting perfectly. So it really does work from anywhere, as long as you have cell phone signal, and as long as this is attached to our local Wi-Fi and you're on the internet. I love it. I love it. I'm easily amused. Woohoo! Oh shit, my phone. Oh, God damn it. Woo! Don't worry, I will delete the app from all my devices. Obviously. So I've made the app on Nikki's devices now, and my app on my devices doesn't work anymore because I've used a different auth code. What I'm going to do now is, unfortunately Nikki's going to get an email every time this is broken. So I need to figure out a way of, I want to make a little plastic paddle that fits in there. Oh no, what am I talking about? It needs to be 38 minus the width of the door, 18, 20. So I'll print one that's 20, and I'll probably make one that's 22, make one that's 18 as well, you know, sort of make a variety, because they're super quick to print, and we'll test them out. And then once this paddle's in, the whole project's done. Okay, time to do the little paddle. I've just printed a whole load of these, and they differ by 2mm each. This one is 30mm from the floor, and I think it goes down to sort of 18 or so. So let's try and put a little bit of blue tack here. To leave an impression, so I can mark the level which it needs to go at. There's an up and a down. One side is curved with the radius of the width of the door. By the look of it, because I've remounted it this way around, I think it doesn't matter if it's too long. And I've also made the slots wide so that I can position sideways. Let's go for one in the middle. according to my little marks, just blue tack it on and see if it works. Oops. Let's try that. Now, I'll have a look at the footage and see if it... I just don't want it to hit the inside here, which it might do. Yeah, it does. So it needs to move over a little. Let's try that. That appears to be good. I can see the little... That appears to be good. I can see the little green light coming on when it's through the beam. In the software, in the program, I flip it. It obviously only signals when I open the door, not when I shut it. So, one final check. Now I'm going to look at the footage and see if that's a good final position. I want it to go all the way through. I don't want it to be just firing. I wonder. I only want it to fire if I've actually managed to open it. If this isn't long enough, I might have to replace it with a longer one. Because when you try it and it's locked, I don't want it to trigger then. So at the moment, it works great. Let me get Nikki's iPad and unlock it rather. Okay. Alright, so it works! Brilliant, I gave it quite a good tug. Here's what it looks like now. There's a bit of fluff on there. Here we go. So it's all really secure now, like really secure. And the same for that. And then you can sort of see that it locked. And the green light. One day I'll probably take that little LED off there. But pulling it doesn't turn the LED off, which means it doesn't fire an email to Nikki. I'd actually have to open it to do that. So that's good. I won't be spamming Nikki. Hooray! I can get on with some casting now. Bye. Nikki can put all the goodies in here now. Damn it. I've had to convince Nikki that I'm not going to raid the cupboard. I forgot to shoot the cupboard what it looks like with the status LEDs at night. So I've had to, she's just up in bed and I thought I'd remembered that I'd completely forgotten to shoot this nighttime shot. And I had to convince her that I wasn't going to raid the cupboard. And luckily, I told her that I won't open the cupboard. If I do, she'll get the email. So at least I can open and shut it and show you what the LED status lights look like when they're open, locked and unlocked. So at the moment you can see it's blue. So you can kind of glance into the kitchen at night, and if there's a blue glow down the corner, the cupboard is locked. Everything is well. And let me just open it up with Nikki's app. And even if she opens it with her app, she still gets the email. So here we go. So at the moment it's shut. And you've got the blue glow. So it says locked. Oh, you can't see. There we go. We've gone to open. and you've got the red glow. There we go. So this is actually way brighter than it looks in real life. I put on my fastest lens so you can see something in the darkness. And if I opened it now, you'll see it go red. So now the cupboard is open. Now I've got to go and give Nikki's phone back. She doesn't trust me anymore.